Hey Saints, and I hope that you are well. As you can tell, I'm in our awesome, sacred, and historic sanctuary. Some of you have been here very recently, perhaps even more recently than me on a Sunday, if you're here last Sunday with Kathy George. Others of you haven't been here for a long time, but for all of us, this is home. And so, as you know, we've been back worshiping here at home in person since May. And it's been awesome. Honestly, it's been so wonderful having everyone here, or not everyone, but a select few here. But nonetheless, it's been great seeing people for the first time and knowing that we can see each other face to face in one way or another. So, I want to talk a little bit about how we are continuing to be safe. When we resumed worship in person and in line with new guidelines in the summer, the guidelines stipulated that we practice social distancing in the church, and so that meant warding off certain pews and making sure that we practice distancing from those who aren't part of our households. Those guidelines also include mask wearing for the unvaccinated in particular, and an encouragement around broader mask wearing, even for the vaccinated, just in the spirit of safety and of solidarity and things of that nature. It has involved having communion still only with the bread as opposed to with the wine, and it has involved resuming activities where we can get together, but doing so safely. And so for us, that has meant doing coffee hour outside with lemonade and other random baked goods and fun stuff. And so, how do those things perhaps change as we look to a time where the Delta variant has been raising eyes, has been raising concerns, and has caused the CDC to shift guidelines? Well, things won't necessarily change a ton, and nonetheless, what I am asking for and looking for is just a little bit more discretion and a return to the guidelines as we originally did them. And so, on my part, what that means is that I will make sure to get those things, cordoning off the pews, back up, and we'll encourage people to continue to practice social distancing in the church with those who aren't part of their households. What that means is that on my end, I will resume my former practice of getting tested weekly, even though I am vaccinated. Since obviously through my precedence, my air and my germs and my everything gets out there. So just making sure that we are keeping you safe in that way. That means that we'll continue to encourage gathering and talking and visiting outside of the church, and I am happy, along with others, to continue to bring baked goods and beverages and anything that will make that a little bit more fun. As far as mask wearing, please, if you are unvaccinated, please make sure that you're wearing a mask. If you live with unvaccinated people, if you otherwise are concerned about the possibility of passing something on to someone else, please do wear one inside. As I am presiding, I will remain this way for the sake of those who are on video as well. However, as I go out to give communion, as I am in amongst you all indoors, I will be wearing this guy once again. And so, all in all, not much has changed. I'm just asking for us to make sure that we continue to be careful, that we continue to practice distancing and some of the other things that will keep us as safe as possible. I'd held out some hope that by the fall, perhaps things would open up even more and more and more. Perhaps for Homecoming Sunday, we might have a huge indoor brunch again. That is looking unlikely. However, I believe that if we stay the course, if we continue to gather one way or another, and if we practice some common sense and some safety, that we will continue to move forward and, with God's help, move through this. So at the end of the day, please know that if you feel comfortable of coming into church in person, know that we would love to have you. If you don't, we will continue to be on Zoom, and I'll continue to be committed to making that experience as awesome as possible. And if you are here, know that we're doing everything we can to make it as safe as possible, and that it shall be glorious. And so that's it. That's me. I look forward to seeing you either on the screen or here in person on Sunday, and we will have a great time.